Here comes a squeeze, and they snipped it out. Barrero tags Walker. Vina is hit by the runner. Ball in track, on the track. He's got it. And now the man is caught up between third and home. Run down, and they got him. My goodness, 2. Griffey. Deep drive. Left center. Edmonds back. That's off the wall. Gets away from him. Gets away from Robinson. They're going to wave him home. Cincinnati wins. Junior's inside the park home run. Wins it. And I don't believe it. 5-4 Cincinnati. Ken Griffey Jr. with his third inside the park home run of his career, and a big one last night. It snapped an 11-game win streak. Tonight, the right-hander, and he's been hot. Dustin Hermanson, an Ohio native, will make the start this evening in Cincinnati, in Synergy Field, a place that he has not won. It's the Cardinals and Reds, game 2 of a 4-game set tonight on Fox Sports Net. Alongside of Al Raboski, I'm Dan McLaughlin. Once again, welcome to Cardinals baseball, and certainly, Al, everybody back home and everybody here still talking about that wacky game last night.
Wacky game. My advice is you cannot worry about what happened yesterday. You cannot worry about what happens tomorrow. You can only worry about today. And today, the Cardinals have to start a new winning streak. And the best way to do it is to get a lead off a pitcher that has trouble in the first inning.
And that's Acevedo. His ERA, Jose Acevedo, in that first inning is over 9. Meanwhile, for the Cardinals, Dustin Hermanson will make the start. 5-2 in his last 7 starts, and he's been very, very good.
Well, he really has been. You see, since the break, that 5-2, the ERA at 2.74. And he is the kind of guy, you know, he takes things very personal, and he will ride a lot of the responsibilities today and try and get us back in a win streak. It would sure be nice if his teammates give him a lead before he takes the mound.
Well, can this team bounce back after one of the worst losses of the season last night in 11 innings? Dustin Hermanson, the start. He'll go head-to-head with Jose Acevedo. The Cards and Reds. It comes your way next. Cardinal Baseball on Fox Sports Net is brought to you by Michelob Light. For a smooth, satisfying taste you won't find in an ordinary light beer, or Michelob Light. By your local Chrysler and Jeep dealers, the official automotive sponsor of the Cardinals on Fox Sports Net. By Pennzoil, protection under the toughest conditions. By Dobbs Tire and Auto Centers, for tires and complete auto service. All you need is Dobbs. And by Southwest Airlines, celebrating 30 years of freedom. 30 years, one mission, low fares. Southwest Airlines. Well, the Redbirds had their 11-game win streak snapped. 5-4 in 11 innings last night in a wacky affair. They're 3 games back of Houston and 1 back of Chicago as play begins tonight. Tony La Russa's lineup is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Vina last 10 games has been hot. Paquette is in there. He'll get a start. Drew, Pujols, Edmonds, McGwire, Renteria, Mike Matheny, and Dustin Hermanson on the mound. It's Jose Acevedo, the right-hander for Cincinnati.
Well, he just turned 20 years of age. He came up from Double-A. He has first-inning problems, a 9.82 ERA in the first. And when he first showed up, he had 6 pitches. Now they've reduced him down to 4.
6 pitches.
Yeah. And none of them are exceptional.
Here is Fernando Vina, part of that crazy play late in last night's game. Game has been put under protest from last night. It's popped up. LaRue will give it a look, but that's out of play. And that'll be decided by baseball's front office. And I was talking with Fernando before the game. His nose is a bit swollen, black eye, swollen upper lip. He had some x-rays this afternoon, but everything was fine. He knew it would be, and he's back in the lineup here tonight.
You kind of look at him and watch his vision. Kind of seems to be a little bit blurred. But you know him. He's tough. This young guy, I think he'll develop and be a fine pitcher, but kind of hit the wall a little bit.
0-1 to Vina. Ripped, and Casey makes a play. Good play by the first baseman, Casey. He made a costly error last night that almost cost the Reds. Around the Horn is brought to you by Dobbs. Sean Casey, the all-star lone representative for Cincinnati, is at first. Walker, a 4-hit night. He's at second. Dimitri Young, his 7th consecutive start at third. Pokey Reese, a 2-time Gold Glover, moves from second to short with the injury to Larkin. Adam Dunn, highly touted, just 21 years of age, is in left. Big bat in their lineup. Junior in center, quickest to 450 home runs ever in the major leagues. Ruben Rivera in right, and Jason LaRue, very good defensive catcher, is behind the plate. Here is Craig Paquette, hitting .262, 12 home runs, 46 RBIs. Came off the bench last night. Filled in as part of a double switch as Pujols was injured just a bit with a ankle problem, but he's back in there tonight. Pujols is. He's okay. Also nursing a sore hamstring. 1 ball, 1 strike on Paquette.
Paquette hit a home run off this youngster. See, in his previous 11 starts, 3 wins, 4 losses, 5.49 ERA.
Look at our Chrysler Jeep matchup of starting pitchers. Jose Acevedo, a mark of 3-4, ERA near 6, and Al talked a little bit about it. First inning problems with this guy. ERA over 9 in the first inning for him.
He got by the first inning in St. Louis.
Breaking ball pulled foul.
Greg hit a solo home run off of Acevedo in the second inning, and Acevedo took a 2-hitter in and a 2-1 lead into the 6th inning, and then allowed Polanco's 1-out infield single, a 2-out single by Pujols, and Edmonds' 3-run home run.
You being the Mad Hungarian, I know you love guys that have that repertoire of 6 pitches. Making the jump from Double-A to the major leagues. Paquette, deep drive left field. Dunn going back at the track, at the wall. 1-0 St. Louis. A bomb by Paquette. He provides that off the bench, doesn't he, Al? A home run here, his 13th, and the Cardinals grab the early lead against the youngster.
Well, that's what we talk about. That's the best way for Tony's troops to get back on track, is to get a lead and start adding to it, and do it before Dustin Hermanson gets on the mound. His 13th home run, second time he's taken one deep off Acevedo. It's the 11th one he's served up this year.
That was way out of here off the bat of Craig Paquette.
And for our friends in the Middle East, that's the new ballpark taking shape as they took a bite out of the Synergy field to put the wedge in there and build the stadium out there. I think Paquette recognizes that ball, got underneath it. I think he had a pretty good idea it was out.
Here's J.D. Drew, who homered in the 8th inning of last night's game to give the Cardinals a lead that they could not hold on to. Cardinals this season, when they score first, look at that mark, 42-19. 1-1 pitch to Drew. He is a ball, 2-1. J.D. hitting .328, 22 home runs and over 50 RBIs on the year. The 2-1 to the Cardinal right fielder. There's a high fly ball, right center field. Griffey going back, looking up, and it's back-to-back. J.D. Drew goes deep. Acevedo wondering, what do I have to do to get out of the first inning? 2-0 St. Louis.
Well, hopefully he'll give up about 3 or 4 more bombs. But this is what the team needs to do. If you want to worry about lingering effects, these 2 last bombs have answered that.
Home run number 23 for J.D. Drew, RBI 54, and it's 2-0 Redbirds. Here is Albert Pujols. Last night, Albert put one over the wall in deep center field. First man to do that with that brand new configuration in center field here at Synergy Field. And for 38 minutes so far of our telecast, pregame show, and now the open of the game in the first inning, we haven't talked once about that Pujols home run and what that was like for the fans here at Synergy last night. That was a monster home run.
Let's look at the National League Rookie of the Year. We have already anointed that honor to him. You see, he won the inaugural Rookie of the Month award in April and May. And with a good month of August, he's on pace to win that award again. And as we mentioned, nobody's going to really catch him. And you see, he has 29 home runs now, 93 RBIs, and a .333 average.
Albert Pujols, the rookie, part of our Hyundai Key matchup. Looks at a ball, 3-1. With Edmonds on deck. This young right-hander's been hit hard here in the first inning. There's a strike to Albert. Pick up the bat, get back in there. It's a full count. Anything close, he better be swinging. 3-2 on Albert Pujols.
It's a little surprising because it really did look like it was pretty close.
Yeah, it's a strike. And he strikes out. Did he go around? No. Check to swing, and he's at first with 1 out.
Jerry Crawford at first base. They've added an umpire. I did not hear who he is. So Jerry, instead of being at second, and now at first. Eric Cooper is behind the plate. Doug Eddings is the one that departed from last night.
So Cooper behind the plate, Crawford at first.
Jack Samuels.
And then Brian Gorman is at third. Here's Jim Edmonds. I think Jim heard you last night yelling at him to get that ball back in.
I hope so.
You, along with everybody else in St. Louis, screaming at their TV screen. Wound up working in the Cardinals' favor. A crazy play. Here's Edmonds. Looks at a fastball and a strike. We have seen a line drive and a good play made by Sean Casey off the bat of Vigna. That was hit hard. Back-to-back home runs. The walk to Pujols, and now here's Edmonds ready to do some damage with 1 out.
Remember, Edmonds hit a home run, a 3-run home run off of his pitcher.
Breaking ball, lifted high in the air. Dunn, the rookie, camps under it and has it in left. Pujols back to first. 2 outs. That'll bring in Mark McGwire. Edmonds retired for out number 2 here in the first, and it's up to Big Mac to extend the inning. Mark hit the ball hard last night. Had a single, a rocket up the middle. He was 3 for 3 on Sunday. And a season best 4 RBIs in that game. Let's see what he can do here against Acevedo. First pitch, a ball.
Mitch Page said he's going to ride with the big man for a while. It's his star. Hopefully we'll have a lot of competition.
With the National League with 11 home runs in July. 13 of his 21 homers have come after the All-Star break.
Mark was even commenting recently that how disappointing and struggling of a season he's having, and you believe that he's got 21.
Yeah. 2 balls, no strikes on Big Mac. 2-1. Renteria on deck. Cardinals have grabbed the early lead, 2-0. Back-to-back home runs by Paquette and Drew. Two and 2. Big swing and a miss by Mark McGwire. Two balls, 2 strikes. Pujols is at first. 2 outs, and it's 2-0. Full count. We've seen Acevedo been taken deep twice already this inning. Let's see if McGwire can add to it. The full count pitch coming.
Well, the one thing that Tony's tried to emphasize to Mark is home runs are nice, but singles are helpful also.
Pujols off with the pitch. Swing and a miss, and he strikes out McGwire to end the inning. Cardinals strand a man. That's Albert Pujols at first, but Acevedo touched up in this inning. First to his Paquette, then J.D. Drew. 2-0 St. Louis. Bob Boone has used 97 different lineups in 124 games so far this season. They're on pace for a 98-loss year. Welcome to your first year here in Cincinnati for Bob Boone. His lineup is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Pokey Reese will lead things off. He's been a disappointment at the plate. Then Dunn, Jr. Young, Sean Casey, Ruben Rivera, Todd Walker. A 4-hit night last night. Jason LaRue and Jose Acevedo. Dustin Hermanson on the mound, the Ohio native. for St. Louis.
He just needs to continue the way he's been pitching, usually 6 innings, usually a couple runs. His last start, he broke the Ohio jinx. He's a native of the Buckeye State, and he got his first victory against Cincinnati, and he still is looking for one against Cleveland.
You want to go around the horn?
Let's wait.
They don't agree with you, so we're going to do it. Mark McGwire, he's at first. Vina at second. Albert Pujols at third. Polanco's still not with the team. He's in Miami. Renteria's at short. He's been playing very good baseball as of late. Paquette in left. Edmonds in center. Gold Glover from last year. J.D. Drew is in right. Homered in the top half of the first. Behind the plate, Mike Matheny gets the start tonight. And Hermanson on the mound for St. Louis. Here's Pokey Reese, then Adam Dunn, and Ken Griffey Jr. Tony La Russa was saying before tonight's game, Al, explaining why Steve Klein only faced one man, and that's the man on deck in Dunn. It's because he doesn't feel he's wearing down, but he was saving him for Dunn. He was going to face one batter, and that would be it. It would be Dunn in the particular situation that he did. Same can be said for Dave Veers. Those two have been used so much this year, and they want to be careful down the stretch.
And if you think about it, you still had a very good weapon, Timlin, for the 9th inning. You got the first out, needed a couple more. And if you get some out, you win the game in regulation.
Here's Edmonds. Gets by him. Thought he was going to dive and make another fantastic play. Instead, it's a double in the gap for Pokey Reese. Looked like he had it timed, didn't he? One of those patented dives by Jimmy.
I know Jim is right off the end of the bat, so he kind of fools an outfielder a little bit. There's where you thought that he was going to dive for it, but I think he was too far away from it. Realized that he was not going to catch up to it, wouldn't be able to stop it. So Carey was, or Paquette, left fielder, wasn't in position. And if he would have dove for it, it would be at least a triple and maybe an inside the park. We saw enough of those last night.
Yep. Here's Adam Dunn. He has provided some excitement for the fans here in Cincinnati. They really feel this guy is going to be a huge star with the Reds. Possesses very good power, 8 home runs, 22 RBIs, average of 255. Pokey Reese is at second after the leadoff double, and it's 2-0.
He's in his first slump at the big leagues, but he broke in fine fashion. Any major league pitchers for the first 7 games. There you see the 25 previous starts, 11-9, 4.43 ERA. Rapidly approaching 150 innings, and one more strikeout, and you'll have 100.
2-1. Just 29 games, Adam Dunn has produced 22 RBIs and 24 runs scored.
His first 7 games at the big league level, he was 11 for 29, 379 with 1 home run, 7 RBIs, and 1 hit in his last 13 at bats.
There's a good pitch to even the count up at 2-2. 26th start of the season for Dustin Hermanson, 4th of the year against the Reds. Now you talked about it, he got that monkey off his back in his last start against Cincinnati, an 8-3 win at Busch last week. He was 3-1 in July, 5-2 in his last 7 starts.
You know, he was from Springfield, Ohio, Hermanson, and last time he pitched here, all kinds of family members, including aunts, uncles, cousins, all showed up, got shellacked, and somebody did a story on him and said, well, maybe they shouldn't show up next time. So conveniently, everyone had to work today.
Smart move. First 2 men aboard, and here comes Junior. That's the last spot you want to see yourself in, with first and second, nobody out, and Junior stepping to the plate.
We talked about Acevedo's first inning troubles, and you were hoping that Hermanson would be able to capitalize on being staked to 2 runs and have a very effective and efficient first inning. He still can get out of this, but makes the job a little bit tougher. 2 men on, nobody out.
Junior at 276. Picked up home run number 16 last night. Inside the park home run to win the game. Fastball misses in. Ken Griffey Jr. against Dustin Hermanson, just 1 for 13. That one hit, a home run. 077. The youngest man to reach 450 homers. It's 2-0. A chance for him to go whack in here.
Mike Matheny going to kind of calm him down. Remember, he gets a little emotional at times, and trying to find that balance between being aggressive but under control. Learn how to channel that extra energy and adrenaline for positive results of getting a hitter out.
Remember in June how he was 1-4 with an ERA that was near 8, and really turned it around near the 4th of July. It's 3-0 on Junior, and you know he's got the green light.
He's throwing hard, 94 to 96. That last one was 96 miles an hour, just inside, and you know that's where you got to pitch. You don't want to get it over the middle half of the plate, or you allow him to get his hands extended.
The 3-0 pitch, fastball and a strike. Junior last night was swinging on 3-0 and fouled it back.
Mentioned the game winner last night was his 3rd career inside the park home run.
Yep. The 3-1. Junior rips it. McGwire has it. Steps on the bag. There's a double play. Thank you very much. The pick-me-up that Hermanson needed. Looked like he may have trapped it, but no, sir. He caught this right on the shoelaces and stepped on the bag for the double play.
We don't want any controversies. So thank you to Billy Doran blocking our view, so we can't say that I thought he picked it off the ground. I mean, cleanly. Our cameras always got good shots. Good work by crew here, and yes, a legal catch. And look where Jerry Crawford is, crew chief right there, so he had a very good look at it.
Here's Dimitri Young. Fastball and a strike to the switch hitter. Dimitri batting from the left side. A little better from that side. He's at 303 as opposed to the right side at 291. Even 300 on the year. Bogey Reese is at second with 2 outs now. 1-1. Sean Casey on deck. Hall of Famer Red Shandes is on the trip, and he was quoted in today's papers here in Cincinnati talking about this lineup, and he can't understand why this team has struggled as much as they have, and it comes down to pitching. They just don't have the pitching, but their lineup is good. This is popped up. Pujols and foul ground. He has it, and Hermanson gets out of what could have been a very dangerous inning. The double play off the bat of Griffey. Then he gets Young to pop out. 2-0 St. Louis. 2-0 St. Louis. Back-to-back home runs in the first by Paquette and J.D. Drew. A couple of bobblehead nights are coming up involving Mark McGwire. First on Sunday, September 16th. The Cardinals play the Astros. The first 20,000 ages 15 and under with a paid admission receive a Mark McGwire bobblehead dowel. Then on Tuesday, September 18th, the Cardinals play the Brewers. The first 20,000 ages 16 and over with a paid admission receive that bobblehead dowel courtesy of Sports Service and Ice Mountain. Tickets are going very, very quickly. 421-2400.
Well, Dan, let me just tell you, on that Sunday 16th, there's 7,500 tickets left. But on Tuesday the 18th, so Sunday's the one for kids. On Tuesday, there's 1,500 left. And that's the first 20,000 adults get the bobblehead. A lot of good seats available throughout the rest of the home schedule. Cardinals have sold over 3 million tickets, but there's still thousands of seats available. A lot of Friday night specials.
Here's Renteria, the Redbirds shortstop, one of their hotter hitters in the lineup. Renteria, Matheny, and Dustin Hermanson here in the second. 2-0 Redbirds. One-two pitch. Full left side. Dimitri Young, nice play on that short hop. Strong throw, one away. He doesn't look too bad over there, does he?
No, he's done a nice job with Aaron Brune breaking his wrist. He hit by a Matt Morris fastball in St. Louis. Dimitri's been playing at third and doing a nice job. You know, we talked, the Cardinals have a family fun Fridays, every Friday game throughout the rest of the season. And with the purchase of an adult or child terrace reserve seat, fans will receive a coupon redeemable for a regular hot dog and a small Coke product. A ticket for kids 15 and under is only $8. So the offer is not available with any other coupon or discount offer.
Here's Matheny. Looks at a fastball. We're talking about a Washington Senator in our This Day in Baseball history back in 1908. And I understand that Doug Stanton is a huge fan of this date in 1908.
Well, I know there's a bunch of Cub fans are fans of 1908.
It's been that long, hasn't it?
That's the last year the Cubbies won the World Championship.
The 0-2 pitch. 1-2 on the Cardinal catcher with Hermanson on deck.
By the way, the Cubs lost again this afternoon, 3-1. So a Cardinal victory here tonight, and they'll be even with the Teddy Bears.
I cannot wait to see this date in baseball history. If Doug Stanton took all the time to find this particular date. Apparently he's been researching all afternoon long. One of the only things that he did today.
Hey.
He did all his work yesterday, was prepared, and just worked on this date in baseball history. Matheny reaches out. Here's Pokey Reese. He is smooth and short. 2 away. 2 outs, nobody on. Here's Hermanson. This day in baseball history, August 21st, 1908. Here it is. On the 3rd try, Senator Gabby Street catches a ball thrown off the top of the Washington Monument. The ball dropped 555 feet. All right.
I witnessed that.
You did, huh?
Oh, yeah. I actually saw video of it. I don't know how they had that.
Here's Hermanson. Why would Doug take that much time to find that out?
Because usually he comes in and breaks the Fox box so he doesn't have to work. And then he finds those interesting tidbits.
Hermanson fooled by that pitch.
According to our scouting report, Acevedo struggles in the first, comes out there and pitches pretty well from that point on.
Second strikeout on the night for Jose Acevedo. A 1-2-3 second, 2-0 Cards. Hey fans, if you would like to win Redbirds tickets and participate in the Southwest Airlines Family of the Game promotion, send your name, address, and phone number to Southwest Airlines Family of the Game, P.O. Box 771192, St. Louis, Missouri 63177. Coming up tonight after the game, it's the Midwest Sports Report. 30 minutes of nightly sports news dedicated to home teams throughout the Midwest. Coming up on tonight's program, Rams camp, a look at that. Fox Focus, and Kevin Slayton is back from vacation and he's sounding off. Can't wait for that. The King back on the Midwest Sports Report.
I wonder if he saw the game last night. That could give him some ammo.
I'm gonna tell you what. You know he's gonna go wild on something. Apparently he is sounding off on last night's contest. Always in tune with the club is Kevin Slayton.
You know, Kevin and I used to do a bunch of games together for old Sports Time Network. Our stomping grounds were Cleveland.
He's highly talented, Al.
Extremely talented.
Yes, he is. And he's coming your way after the game. Here's Sean Casey. Looks at a strike. Casey, Ruben Rivera, and Todd Walker. I'm being serious when I say that. Very, very talented broadcaster in St. Louis, and we're lucky to have him on the Midwest Sports Report. A bit controversial at times, but that makes it fun. 1 ball, 1 strike. Casey's hitting .326, and he was the lone representative for Cincinnati at the All-Star game in Seattle. He's been a 2-time All-Star now. One of the nicest guys in baseball. And Casey rips this one the opposite way. That's well hit, left center, but brought in by Craig Paquette. 1 out.
Casey got his arms extended, but you see him a little bit flat-footed. Got underneath it just a little bit. And with the humidity way down today, beautiful day in Cincinnati, it doesn't carry out.
Here's Ruben Rivera. Looks at a ball high and tight. Rivera hitting under .260.
Had 5 hits in his last 12 at bats, but only 8 hits in his last 36.
1 ball, 1 strike. When you first saw this guy come up, you thought he might be a superstar. And Ruben Rivera.
Well, he's one of 2 major league players to have better than 20 home runs and hit under 200. Got a lot of talent, and Bob Boone has made him a special project.
Hold foul. 1 and 2.
He was released earlier this year in March from San Diego. He finally got tired of him not delivering.
A career .217 hitter. Hermanson's 1-2 pitch. Fought off. Good pitch there. Tied him up. Stays 1 and 2. So the Cards are just a half game back of Chicago as we speak. 3 back of Houston.
Got inside on him and fights it off to stay alive.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
One of those 5-tool players that is a scout's dream and a manager's nightmare.
You love that talk of 5-tool players. Here's Albert Pujols. Strong arm and guns him down. 2nd out. Take a look at the National League standings, brought to you by Advanced Auto Parts. Redbirds are 3 back. Take a look at the wild card. They're 2 back. Advanced Auto Parts bringing you our National League standings in the Central and the wild card.
And Houston opens up a series in Philadelphia.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I believe Shane Reynolds went on the 15-day disabled list.
Yes, he did.
That's a big loss. Some key games coming up.
But the youngster that came up from AA that pitched, what, 6 shutout innings?
Right.
They didn't miss a beat. Now they got 4 youngsters in their rotation.
Here's Walker. 1 ball, 1 strike. He was impressive. That was the national game of the week on Fox this past weekend against Pittsburgh. And there you see the scoreboard. Phillies on top in the 2nd. He gets it up there, and he was impressive.
Remember, Philadelphia has one of the best records in the league at home. I'll give you that home record for Philadelphia, 37-21.
1-2 pitch, misses inside.
And after the Cardinals swept the Phillies, they're getting back home, and they're going to try and get their winning ways and get back into first place.
The 2-2 to Walker. He holds up, full count. It's a 3-2 with 2 outs and nobody on, and a 2-0 lead here in the 2nd. There was a survey done among the players in Philadelphia. Obviously, they were not named, but 22 of the 25 players said they couldn't stand playing for manager Larry Bowa. Did you see that?
No, but I was going to tell you. I think the way it was described by some of the players is that Larry Bowa's record is 67-0, and the player's record is 0-56.
He's a fiery guy, isn't he? He's fun to watch.
He was a great competitor, and I give Larry Bowa an awful lot of credit. One of the reasons why he was hired is to put a little bit of fire. Yeah, a little back there. Larry Bowa made himself a very good hitter.
Walker's having a nice at bat here.
He didn't have much power, but when he first came to the major leagues, it was almost a personal insult if a pitcher couldn't knock the bat out of his hands. And after a lot of hard work with Billy DeMars, the Phillies hitting coach at the time, and broke a couple couches, he'd sit in the basement and just beat on a couch with a bat. He got strong and learned how to hit, for his body size, and become a relatively a tough out. And I think he had about 2,300 hits.
Travis Lee had a home run for them that won a game at the vet. He popped out of the dugout, looked like Mini-Me with a Philadelphia uniform on there. He was pumping his fist. He was going wild. That's the kind of attitude, though, that he has shown. Renteria, nice play to his left after a good at bat by Walker. He fouled off a bunch of pitches, but nonetheless a 1-2-3 inning for the right-hander Dustin Hermanson. Will move to the third. Redbirds on top, 2-0. Top of the order due up. Virginia and Wisconsin.
Hey, does Boston College still play football?
They do when they're not betting on it. We got a couple of Boston College graduates behind us and football players, but they didn't hear what I said.
Yeah, probably scared.
Probably right.
Checking their tattoos,
being tough. Bean is 0 for 1, rips that for a base hit. Lined out the first time on a good play by Casey at first. This time he reaches on the base hit in the right, and he's 1 for 2. Well, Fernando Vina, before tonight's game, Al, I was talking with him about the play, and I said, if you would have made that play, and what I meant by that, if you would have gloved the baseball on the collision between first and second, were you going to tag the runner then go to first for the double play? He said no. He said, I was coming home to the plate. That was my only play I thought I could make, which kind of surprised me because the way that he came around with the ball, at least going after it, looked like he was going to try to do a swipe tag and then go to first. But that wasn't the case. Here's Paquette, who is homered, swinging and miss.
Once again, as I say, he's coming in and it verifies it. He's going to the plate. But when you, in your peripheral vision, you feel and sense that guy right there, you're naturally going to turn your body a little bit. To avoid the contact and everything is just a natural instinct. Well, when he did that, people say, well, see, he's trying to get the double play, and that's partly why the umpires ruled as they did.
0-2 on Paquette.
I'll guarantee you that if that play happens 10 times, 9 times out of 10, the umpires call interference.
Sure. And again, in the rule book, he has a chance to make that play. It's the runner that is interfering with the fielder.
And we have stopped it to such a degree that we could show that the ball was in front of the runner, so it should be interference.
On an 0-2 pitch, Paquette just stuck out the bat and picked up a base hit. He's 2 for 2.
The other thing about it is you've got a Gold Glove caliber defender. Now, his approach to fielding that ball, and as you said, he's fielding it and going to throw out the runner at third at coming home. I mean, he makes that play without the runner. That was just part of the wackiness.
Yep.
Now, that didn't lose the game, because after all that inning, we come back and took a 2-run lead and lost it in extra.
Here's J.D. Drew, who homered his first time up. It was back-to-back home runs by Paquette and Drew to make it a 2-0 Cardinal lead. That's where we stand here in the third inning. Nobody out. It's first and second.
I thought it was very interesting that when Bob Boone went out there, he's the one that started claiming obstruction, and the umpire said, oh yeah, you're right, because they initially ruled the man out at second base.
Right.
And they have changed it officially. They've taken the error away from Vina and credited Griffey with an RBI single.
Let's see what Drew can do here with 2 balls, no strikes, first and second, and nobody out. Paquette at first, Vigne's at second. The next to Drew. Fastball and a strike, 2-1. He's provided some life in this lineup. Last couple of nights, some power. JD, home run last night in the 8th and a home run in the 1st.
He has 35 games with a broken hand. Then he came back for a handful. Missed what, 12 games with a sprained back.
Trying to go the other way and fouled it back. He's hit safely in 34 of his last 42 games. Got off to somewhat of a slow start and then really turned it on and just got red hot. And his average is at .331 with the home run tonight.
High percentage of his hits are extra base hits. 38 of 82.
The next from Acevedo. Breaking ball, fouled back, 2-2.
And we'll see that Acevedo, who they say does have a split finger pitch, as his changeup, but he really doesn't have the breaking pitches that are deceptive to a guy like JD Drew. You can expose him with the changeups, but the curveball and slider, he's a little more on.
Drew looks at a ball and it's a full count. Pujols on deck. Can you name all 6 pitches?
What they took away? Well, he throws a 2-seamer, 4-seamer, slider, curveball, split finger, straight change, and is that enough?
Did you get the split finger?
I got that.
Okay, then you got him. Drew draws the walk. Bases loaded for Albert Pujols. What's on Tap is brought to you by Bud Light. For the great taste and won't let you down, never fills you up. What's on Tap brought to you by Bud Light. Cardinals and Reds tomorrow at 5:30 right here once again on Fox Sports Net. Cardinals tonight at 5:30, and the first pitch comes your way at 6. So bases loaded and a chance to bust the game wide open for Pujols, who walked his first time up.
67 extra base hits for Albert.
Wouldn't home run number 30 be nice right here?
He does not have a grand slam to his resume. He's got a nice average, 364 with the bases loaded.
How about his numbers? Leads the team with 29 home runs, 35 doubles, 93 RBIs, and his average is all the way up to 333.
21 years of age, 1 year of professional experience prior to this year.
That is amazing. The 0-1 pitch with the bases loaded. Pujols held up 1-1. Last night, 439 feet to dead center over the wall. Vigna, Paquette, and Drew on the base pass. Good speed. Shoe one in the gap that Pujols can do. Watch JD fly. 2-1, and last night Albert Pujols did something that nobody has done yet here at Synergy Field.
Over the backdrop, the batter's eye backdrop, that is 40 feet high. At the base, it's 393 feet, and it was ruled 439 feet to clear it.
Good opportunity here with 2 balls and a strike. 2-2. He's fooled a bit, wasn't he?
Breaking ball, he's up in his eyes, and he saw that and jumped at it, but sometimes you can throw a bad enough breaking ball that it becomes successful.
Not many times do we see him over anxious or giving it bat away. It's been consistent since day one. The 2-2 did not go around. It's a full count on Albert. So this would be fun. Bases loaded, nobody out, and a full count pitch coming to the rookie. 6'3", 210 pounds is Albert Pujols.
Throwing a lot of pitches, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has. Looking for home run number 30. Pujols. He'll take that though. Down the left field line. One run is in. Here comes Paquette. Drew being waved home. He's going to try to score. He will score. 5-0 St. Louis. J.D. Drew is flying from first base. 3 RBIs on the double by Pujols. 5-0 Redbirds.
I said Albert might have a chance, or wouldn't it be nice if he got to 100 RBIs before we left Cincinnati? He's got 96 now. Just inside the third base bag. Hit very hard. Dimitri has no chance for it. And J.D. Drew, it was a thing of beauty watching him run. Here comes one. Here comes Paquette, and J.D. Drew was flying around the bases. 68 extra base hits, and that ties Joe Medwick's rookie mark set in 1933 of 68 Cardinal rookie record. He's already got the home run record. Now he's got the rookie extra base hit record in quest of RBIs.
Here's Edmonds. That's his shot. Pujols being waved home. Griffey just lobs it back in. 6-0 St. Louis. RBI for Jim Edmonds, number 70. The Cardinals, I think, have answered the question as to whether or not they felt buried after last night. They have responded in a big way.
Well, you know what we said earlier, when the Cardinals had a 10-game winning streak, when they lost that, they went in the tank for about 2 months. That was in Philadelphia on May 18th. But this is a much different ball club. They have come together since the All-Star break. They know there's a sense of urgency, and they're not going to let that game last night that got away from them disturb what their quest is. They're playing for second place tie tonight, and they've got loftier heights after that.
6 hits on the night. Let's watch Albert Pujols as he crossed the plate. He was limping a bit. He has that sore ankle.
Well, you know what he does is he turned his ankle the other day. He's fouled the ball off. That's on the right side. He fouled the ball off his instep and shin on his left foot, and then he has a hamstring problem. So it's not unlikely that Albert will not complete this game, and they'll get him a little bit of rest. Looks like Barry Weinberg kind of checked on him a little bit, the Cardinal head trainer.
Still nobody out. Here's Mark McGwire with Edmonds at first in a 6-0 Cardinal lead. Woof. Big swing and a miss on a fastball by Jose Acevedo. McGwire struck out his first time up. Edmonds is 1 for 2. He stands at first after the RBI base hit to drive in Pujols.
Scott McRae is in the bullpen for Cincinnati.
Pitch count for this young right-hander already approaching 60.
And nobody out in the third.
Back-to-back home runs in the first. Then he had a 1-2-3 second. And here in the third, 5 men have reached. 1-2 on McGwire.
He's 20 years of age, turned 20 on August the 4th.
The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a high fly ball. Left field. Wow. Way out of here for Mark McGwire. On a 1-2 pitch. That's an emphatic home run by Big Mac. 8-0. The workers better watch out when Mark McGwire comes to the plate. That was a bomb. Home run number 22 for Mark McGwire. They're loving it.
Well, as a Cardinal fan out there, or just he knows he's on TV, but he's pretty excited about it. He's got a nice view from the flood wall. Now the new stadium. High fastball, but inner half, and there was no doubt about it.
So Mark McGwire, home run number 22, RBIs 49 and 50. to make this an 8-0 St. Louis lead. The Cardinals played it 2 in the first and now 6 here in the third, and lead it 8-0 on 7 hits. McGwire will come into the game, and Acevedo can't get out of 3 innings. Redbirds 8-0. Well, Scott McGwire has come into this game, 3rd inning, and it's 8-0. The Cardinals have chased the starter Jose Acevedo. Just 2 innings pitched as he got into the 3rd inning, gave up 7 hits, 8 runs, all earned, struck out 2 and walked 2. Here's McGwire appearing for the 11th time this season.
Came up combined from AA and AAA.
Broken bat. Walker coming on. 1 hopper to him to Casey, and there's the first out. And a sarcastic cheer from this crowd at Synergy.
26-year-old rookie. He was the 8th Cincinnati Red rookie to make his major league debut this season, and the 42nd roster player. I mean, you got to search all these guys. Are all coming up from way back, not on their 40-man roster. They're back in their minor league system.
Here's Mike Matheny. Good pitch there by McGwire. 0-1. Matheny, and then Hermanson on deck.
It's a prime example we talked about earlier about the difference between the Reds and the Cardinals.
Pitching.
They have, their starters have had the fewest innings in the National League. Obviously, that means their bullpen has the most.
The thing is, Al, it's going to be tough for them, being a small market team and having so much money tied in to guys like Larkin, who's done for the year, and Junior, who may still have surgery on his torn hamstring. There's a lot of money just between those two.
How about this? They have a $40 million payroll, and $20 million goes to 2 players.
Right.
You just mentioned Larkin and Griffey. How do you solve your other problems? People say all their starters are like 4 and 5 guys. You can't afford to get number 1 or 2.
1-2 on Mike Matheny, who grounded out. He's first time up.
Hey, we got a very, very special hello to the Greco family and friends watching tonight's game on Fox Sports Midwest in their special dinner at the Stadium Club. Every year the Cardinals put together a holiday auction for the Outreach St. Louis. It includes a dinner, and that ball bounced up and hit Mike in the face. You know, a couple years ago when he was with Milwaukee, he took a pitch right square in the mouth and you know, spit out his teeth and a few other things and stayed right there. Never lost consciousness, never lost balance. This guy is tough. But the Greco family and friends, they're watching from the Stadium Club. We want to thank them for their donation to the Outreach St. Louis. They have that dinner and a special greeting during the game. And hopefully you're enjoying this one. Cardinals have a commanding lead, but a lot of time left. Time enough to add on to it.
1-2 on the Cardinal catcher. That evens the count. Tomorrow night will come your way at 5:30. Darryl Kyle against Lance Davis. Kyle just had a brand new baby, 9 pounds yesterday. Bud Smith on Thursday against Elmer Descends. That's a day game. Then off to the Windy City to take on the Cubbies. Matheny shoots this one the opposite way. Ruben Rivera going back, gliding to the ball, and has it at the track for out number 2.
Yeah, and I overheard Darryl talking to some of the players about his new son and said, well, you know, we've got a couple in our family, a couple of relatives in the family that are over 7 foot tall and 350 pounds. Kind of look like your brother Kevin, huh?
Every guy that sees my brother says, what happened to you? Thanks a lot, including you.
What happened to you?
Come on. I must have gotten the intelligence.
Well, wait a minute. Well, that's probably true because he's a lawyer.
Exactly.
Every time we rip him, he walks away. I think he is scared of us.
That's the only time I'll rip him. It's when he can't hear me.
Oh, come on. You used to beat him up, didn't you?
No, sir. Can guarantee you that. No. 0-2 the count on Hermanson, who's 5 for 49 this season. So Dustin Hermanson's trying to pick up win number 12 on the year. He's been given an 8-0 lead, but as weird as this series has already been, let's hope that's enough. Just got a piece.
All the position players say, come on, Dustin, get a hit, roll this thing over again. We want a shot at this guy.
Benia was the first man up in this inning. He came around on the bases clearing double by Pujols. Ground ball to short. Pokey Reese takes his time to Casey. For McGwire, a 1-2-3 inning, but prior to that, lots of runs, 6 of them, 3 of them on Pujols, 1 on that one, and wow, 2 on that. Dustin Hermanson back to work, bottom of the third, 8-0. Redbirds with the lead. Well, Tony Gwynn is coming to town in late August, and on Tuesday, August 28th, there'll be a pregame ceremony in which the Cardinals will honor Tony Gwynn with a special gift prior to the game. Then on Wednesday, August 29th, the fans receive a special gift. For the first 30,000 fans with a paid admission receive a pin featuring Gwynn's number 19 jersey. Now, those are a couple of those added dates that aren't printed on your schedule, so get your tickets now as Tony Gwynn comes to town for the final time to St. Louis in late August, August 28th and August 29th. 2 nights honoring a future Hall of Famer and Tony Gwynn.
Tuesday night, August 28th, there's 8,700 tickets left, and on 29th, the Tony Gwynn Farewell Pin Night, 7,000. You'll also get a chance to see Ray Langford. And wasn't it nice to read in the paper where Ray's hitting well for San Diego, and some writers have asked him to take some cheap shots, and he's too professional and too classy of an individual to do so. So that's history. I'm a Padre now, and let's concentrate on that. And we wouldn't expect anything other from Ray.
Jason LaRue will see Dustin Hermanson for the first time tonight. He'll lead things off here in the third. 8-0 Cards. LaRue hitting .242, and Al, you talked about it last night. This guy may give Mike Matheny a run for the Gold Glove this year. This is one of the better defensive catchers in the game. Of course, Bob Boone, a catcher for 18 major league seasons. He's the manager here of the Cincinnati Reds.
Leads National League catchers in caught stealing, 61%.
Pop out to short, 1 away. Astros tied it up with the Phils. It's in the 4th. It's 1-1. We'll update that game throughout the evening.
Bob Boone, man of many stances. Every time we play against Boone's team, he'd be standing in the batter's box with a new stance. He was known for his defense, though.
Been a rough start for him here in Cincinnati. Mention all the different lineups that he's had to use. Injuries to Larkin and Griffey. As McRae faces Dustin Hermanson. 1 ball, 1 strike. 97 different lineups. They're on pace for 98 losses. That would be their highest total since they lost a team record 101 games back in 1982. See the big guy on the right there? That's
stand up, Kevin. Stand up. Now, what happened to you? How big is Kevin now?
He's gotten a little bigger after his playing days at Boston College, and the man to his right is his fullback in crime on the team.
Was that co-ed football?
They can hear you, you know that.
Hey, they're afraid of me. Everybody's
afraid of you. Here an odd man. Why wouldn't they be afraid of you?
Good point.
Exactly. Two balls, two strikes on the pitcher. What a play by Renteria. Gets up, guns, throws, got him. That was a heck of a play by Edgar Renteria for the second out. Wow, what a play.
This ball was scorched, and a one-hopper kind of backhands it, goes with it, and slides to get his balance once again. What a pretty play, and kind of the hardest hit ball. That was harder than Pokey Reese's double to open the game. The only hit the Reds have, but Renteria equal to the task, and a very nifty play. Boy, his defense and his total game has come alive since the All-Star break.
Here's Pokey Reese, shows bunt and takes a strike. 8-0 St. Louis. That is as good a play as we've seen from Renteria all season long.
You're right about that. You know, I was just thinking, though, I should be a little bit concerned about your brother.
There's a shot for Pokey, and
you know, their law firm does a little work for me too.
Exactly.
And you know, the way these lawyers do their billing.
I could see a 5-digit bill coming your way. Renteria, some good leather. 8-0 St. Louis. To nothing St. Louis. Let's turn to our Affleck trivia question. Name the only Cardinal pitcher with 2 career grand slams. We'll answer that in this inning. Cardinals lead by 8 runs. Vigna, Paquette, and Drew. Vigna came around to score, and he was part of that 6-run 3rd inning. He led off the inning with a base hit. He'll lead things off here in the 4th. 1 for 2 on the night. He's lined out sharply to first and singled and scored. 307 is his average. Scott McRae is the new pitcher for Cincinnati. He took over for the starter Acevedo last inning. Vigna the opposite way, and that's a base hit. He's 2 for 3.
He's hit the ball hard all 3 times. Robbed by Casey on a line drive to lead off the game, and then 2 solid singles in innings 3 and 4. Pretty nice when you lead off the 4th inning and it's your 3rd at bat already. Staying on the ball, and that patented shot out to left field.
Paquette is homered and singled. Scored twice. Jammed here, and it's fouled back. Take a look at our in-game box score tonight. Everybody is pretty much contributed. But look at that, 1 through 6, and the damage that they've been able to do. McGwire's home run, one of his majestic shots. Pujols, the 3 RBIs and 1 swing of the bat. With the bases loaded, he cleared them. 0-2 on Paquette. He reached last time on an 0-2 pitch with a single up the middle. How good has he been this year? 270, close to that mark. 13 homers, 47 RBIs, being a platoon player for the better part of the season. Done a great job.
Good. Yeah, very good, and very clutch with runners in scoring position.
That's the thing that really stands out for Paquette. 338, 22 for 65 with a home run. That's with
pretty
runners
good
in scoring position.
You see at 336. Base is empty. Got to work on that a little bit.
There's a shot, and a nice play made by Walker. Takes a hit away from Paquette. 1 out. He's hit the ball hard 3 times as well. Hey, Cardinal fans, on Monday, September 17th, when the Cardinals play the Milwaukee Brewers, it's AMC Theaters Player Action Photo Night. All fans 15 and under with a paid admission receive an action photo featuring outfielder J.D. Drew. All fans 15 and under. September 17th, Brewers in town, 7:10 first pitch. J.D. Drew photo night. base hit into right. Vina will stop at second. And it's first and second, one out for Albert Pujols.
I think the Cardinal bats saying, I guess we didn't get enough offense to pull out that victory. So, Tony, we're going to make your job a little easier today.
This is what he was hoping for, obviously, but he said, I just hope our guys can come out and really put one on them, set the tone.
Yeah, and that's what you want to see. It doesn't always happen, but as I said, this team is tougher mentally now than they were in any part earlier in the season.
Albert Pujols now with 96 RBIs. He's 1 for 1 with a double. Also came around to score on a base hit by Jim Edmonds. High fly ball into left field. Rookie Adam Dunn is there and has it. It's out number 2. Let's take a look at our Casino Queen leaderboard. Team leaders in batting average in the National League, and the Cardinals at 270. That has been on the rise in the month of August. Dog days, they batted 288 for the month, scoring a league high 107 runs. So this team, when this lineup is clicking, can produce.
And the two teams above them playing very offensive oriented ballparks.
Edmonds is 1 for 2 with a base hit and an RBI. Eight to nothing Cardinals. 9-hit attack. We're in the 4th, 2 outs, 2 men on. And tailed back in for strike 0-2 on Edmonds. I'm going to look at the bright side of things from the loss last night. You ready?
Yeah.
The Cards have won 11 straight regulation 9-inning games.
Yeah, I saw that in the notes. That's the way to put a positive spin.
You're digging. 0-2 pitch is pulled foul. Another positive stat is that the Cardinals have not lost back-to-back games since July 22nd and 24th.
You always find the glass is half full, not half empty.
That's right.
How about the words of wisdom from George Kissel? You can't worry about last night. You can't worry about tomorrow. You can only worry about today.
As cliche written as it gets, but right on the mark.
Goes along with one of the best ones. You don't walk into somebody's house and rearrange the furniture.
Drew and Vina on the base pass. The 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, and Edmonds chased. Ball 2. He strikes out. First strikeout for Scott McRae. 8-0 St. Louis. This portion of Cardinal baseball on Fox Sports Net is brought to you by Auto Tire. For the very best in tires and service, you ought to go to Auto Tire. By Affleck. Without it, no insurance is complete. And by Steak and Shake, famous for steak burgers. Beautiful night once again in Cincinnati. It was a perfect day. And the Cardinals lead it by the score of 8-0. Dustin Hermanson here in the bottom of the 4th, and this is the highly touted rookie Adam Dunn sending it deep into left, off the wall. Paquette can't reel it in. Dunn racing for second. He'll stop right there.
And Paquette would like to replay that ball. Kind of drifted back a little bit and never got all the way back to the wall. If he does so, he could catch this ball about chest high. And if the ball just kind of kept on carrying on him, he looks back the wall, but you see he wasn't all the way there, and it just got over his outstretched glove. Karam, he retrieves it, and Dunn's out there at second. But I think Pokey will tell you he misplayed it.
Young on deck, and here's Junior. Junior hit into a double play, his only time up, a line drive to McGwire. And Big Mac stepped on the bag at first. There were 2 men on. And really, that's a key spot in this game when you think about it, because at first and second, nobody out. Griffey at the plate, and he was able to get out of the jam.
Yeah, I mean, if he let one fly, it would have given them a lead. But you throw a shutout in the first, and you have a 2-0 lead, set the tone.
Line drive into center. Edmonds on the run, a diving play, and he made it. What a play by Edmonds. Gets up and gets it back in. Wow, what a play.
That's what you thought he was going to do earlier. This time he had the good jump on it. He plays shallow, so goes to his right, and he comes up very slowly, and he has that injured right shoulder. Every time he dives, he's been able a few times at home to put their left arm down and get it to kind of cushion the blow. This time they both hit at the same time, so the brunt of that pounding on the turf, the grass here, goes onto the right shoulder. You see him shake it out a little bit, but another great play by Jimmy Edmonds. Two good center fielders here, but I don't think there's any question in our mind that Edmonds is better.
Here's Dimitri Young. Well, Junior even talked about it on the pregame show with George Grant, who conducted an interview with Junior about how he's maybe slowed down a bit because of the hamstring, and he's playing. And sometimes he feels maybe at 50%. Ground out for Dimitri Young, and it's up to Casey to extend the inning. Named the only Cardinal pitcher with 2 career grand slams. The Athletic Trivia question. Bob Gibson, Hall of Famer.
I thought of Bob today when we were talking about young Acevedo with 6 pitches. One day when he was pitching coach with Atlanta. Well, actually, it must have been spring training because it was St. Louis, and he had that look by him. So what's wrong? He goes, oh, no, I said, come on, what's wrong? We played together 8 years. I knew him pretty well. And he goes, well, you know, one of our guys has got 4 or 5 pitches. Now he wants to add another. And you know me, I had to say something I probably shouldn't have. I said, well, what'd you say? And he said, well, have you ever thought about getting rid of 1 or 2 of those mediocre pitches and try and concentrate on having one good one?
Nothing like just easing a guy into what he should do, right? Here's Casey, and he taps it foul. 0-2.
Bob was the biggest influence on my career, and it wasn't always what he said to me, but just watching him go about his business, the best competitor I've ever seen on the mound. And you talk about a guy that just was an intimidating factor and just goes right after people. Still the amazing stat. Bob Gibson had 251 career wins and 255 complete games.
That's unbelievable.
And that's not counting the times he went 9 or more and got a no decision.
0-2 the count on Casey. Rivera on deck. Casey just got a piece, and Matheny couldn't hold on. 8-0 Redbirds. 2 runs in the first, 6 in the third.
Dustin, don't forget the fact that he's shutting out the Reds.
Just 2 hits for them. Double in this inning and a double in the first. Double in the first was by Pokey Reese, and Adam Dunn led off the 4th this inning with a double that got over the head of Paquette.
Casey leads the National League in road batting average and nearly 100 points less at home. Overall 326, and last time he got him to fly out to left field, there you see the difference. It is more than 100 now.
That's amazing, isn't it?
I just, you know, I see him as a guy that can drive the ball to all fields, but he's hitting flat-footed, reaching for the ball out away from him like he did in the first at bat, and that's not Casey.
Great hitter, has 14 multi-hit games. Twice this season he's had 2 10-game hitting streaks, 12 game hitting streaks as well. A couple of those, but just 271 here in Cincinnati. Hot shot. McGwire makes the play, and Hermanson gets out of the inning. So the Reds strand a man. They've left 2 tonight. Some help from Jim Edmonds in this inning, showing the leather. The Gold Glover, a great play. Top of the 5th, Mark McGwire will lead it off for St. Louis. And coming up after the game, it's the Midwest Sports Report with Rob King and Rob Nicoleski. They're standing by. A look at Rams camp as that winds down. Fox Focus, and again, sound off by Kevin Slate. First pitch and a line out to Walker at second. McGwire checked to swing and lined out to the second baseman. Keeping an eye on the Houston game, and the Astros lead the Phillies 2-1. That's in the 6th inning at Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia. Here's Renteria. He's 0 for 2. 7, 8, and 9 in the order is 0 for 6. Everybody else has been a big part of the Redbird attack tonight. 9 hits for the Cardinals, and they lead it 8-0. Game started with back-to-back home runs in the first by Paquette and Drew. Then it was a 1-2-3 second inning for their starter Jose Acevedo. But in the third, base hit by Vina to lead it off. Then Paquette, an 0-2 pitch. He lined up the middle. A walk to Drew. Bases were loaded. Pujols cleared him with a double. Edmonds brought him home with a single. And then McGwire, a mammoth shot into left, a 2-run homer. That made it 8-0.
Just watching Tony try to field that foul ball in the dugout. He's kind of frisky today. With that hat in hand, an error.
A shot off the bat of the Cardinals shortstop, Rivera, backing up. And Edgar's 0 for 3. Well, Darryl Kyle will make a start tomorrow night on Fox Sports Net at 5:30. A pennant day featuring Darryl Kyle is coming up on September 9th. As Los Angeles comes to town, the Pasta House and Coca-Cola will sponsor that pennant day. All fans 15 and under with a paid admission receive a pennant featuring Darryl Kyle. September 9th at Busch Stadium. Here's Matheny. He's 0 for 2. Looks at a strike. This right-hander, Scott McRae, has done a good job after he took over for Acevedo.
11,000 tickets available for that Sunday against the Dodgers. Coca-Cola Pennant Day featuring Kyle.
Matheny is grounded to short and fly to right. Check swing, and this could be a 1-2-3 inning. Casey the flip, and it is. A 1-2-3 inning. A little bit of everything in this series. 8-0 St. Louis. This copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of the St. Louis Cardinals and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of the game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the St. Louis Cardinals. Cardinal Baseball is a production of Bud Sports and is an exclusive presentation of Fox Sports Net. Well, we hope you're enjoying this one as we move to the bottom of the 5th here at Synergy Field in Cincinnati. Cardinals lead it by the score of 8-0. Dan McLaughlin alongside of Al Raboski, Tom Meade, Doug Stanton, Kent Samuel, Lindsey Polite in our truck tonight. Our fine Bud Sports crew and our great production staff here in Cincinnati. Belated happy birthday to Old Yeller. Ken Samuel in our truck.
How about the best birthday wishes to Jack Buck?
That's right.
Charles Jaco, but Charles, you've got to take a back seat to Jack Buck.
It's Jaco's birthday as well.
Yep. Happy birthday, Jack. Wish he was with us. He's always a trooper, and I was hearing some of his latest stories. Red was telling some of the stories that Jack was talking about recently.
Here's Todd Walker. 4-hit night last night, 0 for 1 tonight with a ground out to short. They involve baseball or trips, or what they involve?
No telling.
Those kind of stories. Walker a base hit into right. Third hit of the evening for Cincinnati. 1 for 2 for Walker.
And nobody can tell a story better than Jack Buck. 4 hits last night, tied that career high, and here another line drive, hanging some rope out there. Dustin's done a nice job of scattering the 3 hits. Never more than 1 in an inning.
Here's LaRue, a double play candidate. Taps it foul behind home plate. LaRue, his first time up, popped out to short. He's 0 for 1.
Cardinals have turned 126 double plays on the season and hit into 124.
Wilton Guerrero has moved to the on-deck circle. He'll pinch hit for the pitcher, McRae. It's 0-2 on LaRue. So 1 out base hit for Todd Walker. He's at first with 1 out. Ground ball. Vina, Renteria, and that's all they'll get, the lead man.
It's one way to measure the efficiency of a second baseman is in situations like this. Will they get the lead man? Or keep the man out of scoring position? A much more difficult play, and Vina is always going to take the aggressive approach.
What do you think about the protest? What's going to happen?
Nothing.
I expected you to say that.
Yep. Now there you go. He gets that lead man. See, it's an easy play in front of him, but a little more awkward to turn, and a closer play at second, but you want to keep that guy out of scoring position.
Here's Guerrero, little slap hitter. He's been hitting very well since being recalled from Louisville. .339 with Cincinnati this year. No home runs and 3 RBIs on the year. Slaps it to short. Renteria will take it himself, the easy one, and Hermanson is through 5. The Cardinals up 8-0. Well, the crowd came to their feet for the first time tonight, and that's because this man has entered the game. It's 8-0 St. Louis, and Jose Rio, a hero from the early 90s teams, a world championship team in 1990, former MVP of a postseason play. There you see his career mark of 111 and 87. And think about this, Al. 6 years, 30 days. That's how long it was. And 5 surgeries on his right elbow between appearances in the major leagues.
Absolutely. And I was talking to Jose about his appearance the other night, and I said, any words to describe it? And he said they haven't created those words yet. He said, I'll let you know once they do. But unbelievable. Pitch a scoreless 8th inning. Bob Boone said, you want to pitch the 9th? He goes, you kidding me? I waited 6 years for this. Sure I do. And he said he found the bases loaded and 1 out. He goes, uh-oh, what did I say? And then struck out the next 2 batters to throw his second scoreless inning. And this is his next appearance.
When he was at the top of his game, he was one of the top right-handers, if not the top right-hander in all of baseball. You can make a case for it.
Well, he was awful special and good for the game. You know, he had a great smile and a great attitude on the mound, and we're all happy to see him back at the major league level.
0-2 on Dustin Hermanson, who was struck out and grounded out. And he lifts this one high in the air, shallow left. Reese called off by Adam Dunn. 1 out. Well, this year and for the next 6 years, Fox Sports will be the exclusive network of baseball's postseason. 8 of baseball's best battle it out in the division series, the ALCS and the NLCS, and finally, of course, the World Series. Fox Sports, your exclusive network carrier of baseball's postseason, coming this fall. Here's Vina. He's had a nice night, 2 for 3. Hit the ball hard every time. hitting .308. A swing and a miss. Rijo, they said the other night, his first appearance back in the majors, and that relief appearance against Milwaukee was consistently hitting .91 on the gun, and a few times got it up to .92. The 0-1 pitch. Binion taps it to Casey. He'll take it himself, 2 away. Our gun, by the way, is not working tonight, so we will not be able to track the speed of his fastballs, but we'll be watching closely, and we'll be taking our best guess. That's what we'll do. The Al Raboski meter.
I'll give you what it is. It's change-ups at 80 miles an hour. Slider probably 83. And I think he's more consistently about 87, 88.
Here's Paquette.
But you know what? He knows how to pitch.
Yep. He's 2 for 3. A solo home run, a single, 2 runs scored, and he's lined out.
88.
Well, Paquette, first inning to the major. Picked up the first of what would be 8 runs on the night for St. Louis. That's fouled back behind home plate. 2 outs, nobody on. It's a 1-1 count. Paquette, his 13th home run and his 47th RBI. He, along with Drew, went back-to-back in the first. Next by Rijo. Popped up behind home plate and out of play.
Very early in his career, he was with the Oakland A's and Tony. 2-2. Bobby Abreu, ground out RBI. Phillies get their second run, tie that game up, and they're in the bottom of the 6th.
He struck him out. A 1-2-3 inning for Jose Rijo, and a standing ovation. Enter the AutoZone Sweet Deal Sweepstakes. Stop by any St. Louis area AutoZone store and enter to win 4 tickets to the best seat in the house, and that's the broadcast suite at Busch. It's your chance to have the Cardinals experience of a lifetime. Stop by an AutoZone store today and enter to win. Eight to nothing St. Louis. Here's Pokey Reese, the top of the order for Cincinnati. Then Dunn Jr. First pitch, a strike from Hermanson. He's tossed a 3-hitter so far.
Dustin has done exactly what we asked, and
has not struck out a man just yet. 0-2 here on Reese. He has one of the 3 hits for Cincinnati, a double. Back in the first, he's also flied to right.
We got plenty of arms in that bullpen that are rested, but it sure wouldn't hurt to have a full day off. So Dustin, by not striking out anybody's kept that pitch total down.
Here comes the 0-2. High chopper up the middle. Renteria gunning, throws, and not in time. And it gets away from Big Mac and in to the dugout. And Reese is on his way to second. So a base hit for Pokey Reese. He's 2 for 3. And an error will be charged there to Renteria. His 20th error on the year.
He does a great job to get to this. Then the off-balance throw, and McGwire could have helped off. I mean, you don't have to stretch out. The guy's already safe. Come off the bag and square up and block it off. So you can see Renteria just trying to do a little bit extra, trying to play a whale of a ball game, and Mac doesn't help him.
Reese at second, nobody out. 8-0 Cards, and here is Adam Dunn, who narrowly missed a home run by about a couple of feet the opposite way in his last at bat as he doubled over the head of Paquette. He's also walked. He's been aboard twice. By the way, Jose Rijo threw 9 pitches. Last inning, 8 of those were strikes. He had a 1-2-3 inning in the top half of the 6th. One the count on Dunn. Pitch count for Hermanson at 75. He's still throwing strong. He gets better as the game goes along. 1-2. Cardinals come in just a half game back of Chicago. Cubs lost this afternoon. A win here means they're tied with the Cubbies. And if Houston can lose their game against Philadelphia, the Cardinals would be just 2 back. Mark Sweeney, a former Cardinal, went deep. Dunn strikes out. Didn't like the call. And here's Junior.
Dustin does have a strikeout now. And I don't know what the complaint was. Looked like it should have been a strike to begin with. Asked for the appeal, but why wasn't the pitch called?
Junior is lined out twice tonight. Once into a double play, hitting .273. Reese at second. First pitch to Junior's a ball. Dimitri Young on deck. Philadelphia game out, by the way, in the National League East, 1 behind Atlanta. Florida is 9 back now. In the West, it's Arizona, San Francisco, and Los Angeles. LA's 5.5 back. San Francisco leads the wild card. They're 2.5 back behind Arizona in the West. 1-1.
Cardinals have not played Los Angeles or San Diego yet. The Cubs have not played Atlanta or Florida.
A little tougher road to hoe for them.
Absolutely. See some good pitching from both those teams.
1-1 pitch. Junior is shot deep center field. Edmonds going back. That's gone, and a home run for Ken Griffey Jr. They're on the board. His 17th on the year, and it's 8-2.
.455th career home run for Junior, 17th of the season. And usually Dustin gives up only 2 runs, so there's the 2 he's going to give up for the night. Also the 25th home run hit against Hermanson.
So Junior the home run, and the Reds on the board. Here's Dimitri Young. There's a rope and a base hit into right. 3 hits in the inning, and prior to this inning he had given up 3 total. So 6 on the night now for Cincinnati.
He said Griffey has been hitting the ball hard, and there you see the ball on the outer half, but able to get his arms extended, driving the ball over the center field wall.
Now you mention it, number 455. That's good enough for 23rd on the all-time home run list for Junior. He's just 2 behind Canseco.
He recently passed Yastrzemski and on the verge of passing Canseco.
Casey to McGwire. They've got Young doubled up, and he throws it away. Second error in the inning. 2 outs. McGwire's 4th error on the season.
Hey, steps on the bag. Dimitri deked him a little bit, stopped as if he was going to try to get back, so he started committing himself back to second base. Mark threw on the run, but way too high for Edgar to haul it down.
Here's Ruben Rivera, 0 for 2. Ruben Rivera down the left field line, hooking foul. Of course, Ruben Rivera, many consider to be one of those young, up-and-coming 5-tool players, but he hasn't panned out.
Well, the Yankees in San Diego have found that he's gone from the prospect to the suspect.
In the hole here, no balls and 2 strikes. Dimitri Young at second. Didn't get the call. 1-2. Vina has to be quick. Safe at first is Rivera. And the inning continues. He dove into first and he was safe.
Duggan is going to come out here. Didn't hit it hard enough. May have broke his bat on the ball. So Vina gets to it, circles it, surrounds it, and throws. And a little bit late. Rivera does run well. That slide always, whether you get there quicker or not, I doubt it, but it appears as if you do. And a bang bang play. Now that replay, it looked a lot closer than it did to the naked eye.
Yeah, 4 hits in the inning now for Cincinnati. There's been 2 errors this inning.
If you get there quicker by diving, why don't you see him do it in track? There's their knees and everything. May not do.
A sliding pit there. Here's Todd Walker. He's had a good series. 1 for 2 tonight. 4 hits last night. Picked up his 15th home run against Andy Bennis last night. LaRue is on deck. First and third with 2 outs. The 1-0 pitch. A strike, 1-1. Now the pitch count is getting up there for Dustin.
There were times when Dustin would think in terms of get a few hits in here and had a few defensive lapses and go power, power, power. Now he takes a little off.
McGwire stays down on that ball and makes the play. Ken Griffey Jr. has got Cincinnati on the board. Home run number 455 in his career. In-depth stats on where they hit him and everything else in baseball. Log on to STLCardinals.com, the official source for Cardinals stats. STLCardinals.com. Connect with it. Jose Rijo back to the mound for his 2nd inning of work. He had a 1-2-3 top half of the 6th, and he'll try to do the same here in the 7th. It's 8-2 Cardinals. Cincinnati has gotten on the board thanks to a Ken Griffey Jr. home run. 2-run homer. J.D. Drew, speaking of home runs, has done the job. Last night it was the 8th inning, and this put the Cardinals on top. Just snuck over the wall in right field. Then tonight, the Cardinal right fielder was back-to-back. Well, Cannon homered, then Drew followed. First pitch to J.D. was a ball. And here comes a 1-0. 2-0. Uh-oh, 5-2 Astros. That's in the 7th. Berkman, a 2-run double.
So much for his patella tendonitis.
Yeah.
Missed a few games with that ailment, which we're quite familiar with. Fernando Tatis had surgery for it. Mark McGwire last year missed all the games, still not 100% because of his surgery from patella tendonitis.
Quite a lineup for Houston. Moises Alou came into tonight's action leading the league in hitting at 361. Here's J.D. again. High drive down the right field line, though. Rivera is there and has it on the track. J.D. just got under it a little bit. He was on his front foot. There's one away.
You know, Dan, a lot of people talk about there's not a lot of pitching today. I think there's as many good arms in the game. It's just that so many young kids are rushed to the major leagues and don't know how to pitch, haven't had the experience or the innings at the minor leagues, and they're learning at the major league level. But here's a pretty good lesson right here when you see a guy like Rio, who has not pitched here 6 years at the major league level, had 5 elbow operations, and competing very well because he knows how to pitch.
Pujols fouls it back. I was talking to Tony La Russa about that the other day. He said ideally you'd like to see guys spend 4 or 5 years in the minor leagues before they're called up to the majors.
Can't do it now because of the investment an organization puts in the pitchers, and because of so many guys on the disabled list, you have to go down the minor leagues a lot sooner than you'd like. I mean, and think about it this way. By the time, if you bring up a young kid, by the time he really gets his feet underneath him and learns how to pitch, you, the initial organization, losing to free agents.
Right.
When he becomes a real pitcher.
Cardinals are a good example of rushing some young players. Guys like Drew and Ankiel, certainly. There's a strike on Albert.
Well, and some of it is due to #1 draft picks where they were able to get major league contracts that you know are forced to take them to the big leagues.
Right.
Maybe before you would like to, but it's going to be the trend, not the exception.
By no means am I singling out Drew and Ankiel and some of the others, but that's the situation, and it's the right way to do it, because if you're not going to go out and spend $20 million a year on certain free agents, you're going to have to develop young players. You'd agree?
Yeah, and I mean, you still takes a combination of trades, byproducts of your farm system, and then you can add a free agent, add 1 or 2 guys to fill in to bring you to a championship caliber team. But if you try to do it all through free agency, you can't do it.
That was the first hit against Jose Rio. Here's Edmonds. 8-2 Cards. Edmonds is 1 for 3 with a run scored. 6-2 now in the 7th. Vinny Castilla, he's been rejuvenated in Houston. RBI single.
And San Diego is leading 1-0 over Atlanta in the 6th inning.
Talking about Alou leading the league in average. Lance Berkman came in the top 5, and Castilla has been a huge addition to their club as well. Alou is 0 for 4, we're told this evening. And here's Edmonds, and that's a high drive, and that should be a home run. And it is. Edmonds, a home run, a 2-run shot. Makes it 10-2, St. Louis. His 19th homer, RBI 71 and 72.
3 RBIs on the night for Jimmy. The Cardinals having a lot of fun as they go to double figures in runs. 10-2, and that pitch up there, that's a pitch that Jim Edmonds just absolutely loves and crushes. No doubt about this one. Reaches the green seats.
And McGwire skies it into left. High towering drive, and that'll stay in the park. Just got under it. I mean, just got under it.
More and more, he's centering balls and making solid contact. Still got that little bit of an uppercut as he's still pushing forward, not staying on the back leg. And he'll probably continue that way until he's 100%, hopefully next spring.
There's Edgar Renteria, high and tight to him.
Rio's going, hey, I haven't given up any home runs. I've got to straighten you up. This is old baseball.
Back you off the plate a little bit, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's you know, it's just saying, hey guys, getting a little bit too frisky with your swings, but that's how you respond.
The rope into center. Renteria, that's his first base hit on the night. He's 1 for 4.
You learn real quick. There's certain guys you can intimidate a little bit, and then there's others you wake them up.
Here's Mike Matheny. Matheny tonight is grounded to short, fly to right. And grounded out to first. He's 0 for 3. Hitting .221. A strike.
I told you when I made my first and only start in the big leagues at Forbes Field against the Pirates. I'm warming up. And pitching coach says, I'm not going to tell you how to pitch these guys. You already know how. I don't know where I learned. But don't throw it inside of Clemente. Don't even throw it his head. You'll hit it for a rope. Got the first 2 guys up. Clemente comes up and threw a curveball. He got a base hit. He said, oh, got Stargell out. Came in. He goes, oh, I forgot to tell you, don't throw him any curveballs either.
A little late on telling you, right? Who's that pitching coach?
That was Billy Muffet.
0-2 on Mike Matheny. They play behind Renteria at first. Casey well behind the base runner. So sizable lead for the Redbirds shortstop.
Rio getting a little upset trying to throw harder, but a lot of times that makes it straighter. There was a slider. One time he was married to Juan Marischal's daughter. He's always been a very, very pleasant and congenial type. Always had a smile on his face.
The squibber foul off the bat of Matheny.
A lot of people laughed when Rio said, hey, bring me to the big leagues. I'm better than anybody you got up there. And, you know, he is being, you know, he can be competitive. And the Astros, like the Cardinals, are piling on.
Pujols with a base hit in this inning. Another multi-hit game for him. He's at 46. That's a team high, tied with Vina.
Danny, I haven't followed some of the transactions, but punishment has not been handed out to Mesa yet, has it?
No.
I was thinking it'd be our luck that they would do it with the Astros in town.
Swing and a miss, and Rio strikes out. Mike Matheny. Edmonds had a great diving catch earlier in this game, and he has capped it off with a 2-run home run. 10-2. Why tonight in Cincinnati, it's 10-2 Redbirds. Dustin Hermanson back to the mound here in the bottom of the 7th. He'll face Walker, LaRue, and then a pinch hitter. Dustin gave up 4 hits last inning. He's thrown 89 pitches. 28 balls, 61 strikes. And to recap the scoring for St. Louis, Paquette a home run, Drew a home run. That was in the first. They scored 2. The Cardinals would score 6 in the 3rd. Bases loaded, double by Pujols cleared him. Edmonds brought him in with a base hit, then a home run by McGwire, a 2-run shot. St. Louis was up 8-0. Griffey a 2-run home run in the 6th to make it 8-2. Edmonds a 2-run home run in the 7th, and it's 10-2.
They'll watch Dustin carefully and make the determination. Is he laboring or is he efficient this inning? Could see he could go through the 7th inning and take him out.
The 0-1 pulled foul. 0-2.
Change up there, way out in front. $19,571 here tonight. LaRue is popped out and grounded out. Pops that foul. Stays 0-2. Brady Clark, who came in as a pinch hitter last night, is on deck. And then it's the top of the order in Pokey Reese. This is game 2 of this 4-game set. Will come your way at 5:30 tomorrow night. Joe Kyle will make the start. Two and 2. Hermanson again has worked more than 6 innings.
for the 11th straight start. That includes tonight, and 19 of 26 starts overall. After a slow start, Al, he has turned it around.
And Tony finally made the play. I think he likes that, man. On his toes. Take that hat off quicker than anybody. Feel the ball, put it back on.
A lot of pitches here to LaRue to start the 7th.
And watch that body language. There was a little negative, not being as aggressive as he ran the count full.
The 3-2 pitch. Left side, nice play by Pujols. He guns to first. McGwire can't pick it again.
He fell down when he got ready to throw. So Pujols, and they give it an error to Pujols, his 18th of the year, and as he got ready to throw, it's like his feet slipped out from underneath him. He's got a bad hamstring, he's got a bad shin, he's got a bad ankle. Now watch him field it, he goes to throw, and his ankle, that right ankle, and that's the one it is, it just kind of collapsed on him and threw the ball in the dirt.
3rd error on the night for St. Louis.
They took an error away from McGwire. I don't know, understand how.
Here's Brady Clark. Very good pinch hitter for Cincinnati. Looks at his strike. He's done the job off the bench. Their top pinch hitter. They took the error away from McGwire.
Yeah.
The throwing error.
Yeah.
How does that happen?
I don't know, but I'm not going to question anything that happens here. Umpiring decisions, scoring decisions.
Clark calls time. This is something that he did last night, remember?
Yeah.
Stepping out, taking his time. Chokes very high on the bat. The 0-2 pitch is upstairs, 1-2.
Batting .379 as a pinch hitter with 5 RBIs and 6 walks. Brady Clark. And a home run. Didn't tell you that.
It's his 2nd stint with the Reds. It's 2-2.
Dustin throwing a lot of pitches, like you said, the last couple innings, and
a lot already in this inning.
Yeah, this, you look at it, this is what pitching coaches and managers start looking at. Are you throwing efficiently, or are you starting to labor?
Here's Drew. He takes charge and has it. Brown number 1. Hermanson, by the way, is due to lead off in the 8th, so this would be it for him.
I'm sure it is, because when a pitcher starts laboring, that's when you run the risk of injury. He should have 2 outs. He only has 1. We'll have that pitch count around about 110 or so by the time this inning's over. So that's a good.
So they say take the error away that was charged to McGwire. Dimitri Young reached second base by fielder's choice.
You can't assume a double play, but I think this was a totally different situation when you get a guy on a rundown and you overthrow the your fielder at second, allowing him to get there. You got to assume that at major league level you execute rundown plays.
Strike to Pokey Reese, 1-1. Reese tonight double, fly to right, and has a base hit. And then he advanced to second on an error by Renteria. So 2 errors on the night for St. Louis. There's a good pitch. Didn't get the call. 2-1.
Chris Nichtine is warming up, and apparently will be the next pitcher employed by the Reds. Somebody is stirring in the Cardinal bullpen now. We can't see.
There's a shot and a fair ball down the third base line. Paquette racing to get it. To hold the runner. That's LaRue. He'll stop at third, and it'll be second and third for Adam Dunn.
Dave Duncan will run out and talk to Dustin a little bit, slow him down, but Okie Reese, who's had a terrible, disappointing season offensively, has come alive the last couple nights. 3 hits here today, including 2 doubles. You see LaRue. He doesn't need a third base coach. He can just do it all by himself, right?
Found that out. No one needs one in this series.
I just don't understand. Mike Matthews is warming up the Cardinal bullpen now, but why guys just want to not rely on their coaches, pick up their coaches? I mean, very simply, it's not your fault if you follow orders. And that's the last word I'm going to tell you.
That is such a bad segue, but we'll do it anyway. The last word coming up with Jim Rome. Tonight it's Cowboys owner Jerry Jones. The last word with Jim Rome tonight at 11:30 right here on Fox Sports Net. Can't wait to hear what Rome has to say. Here's Adam Dunn. Walked, doubled, and struck out. Griffey on deck. The 1-0 pitch. Misses in, and I'm assuming that he is over 100 pitches now. Came in with 89. He's at 108. Started the inning at 89.
Right now you want to get him out of this inning. No further damage, but that's going to be difficult. And he's kind of on fumes and adrenaline right now, talking to himself. And you like the facial art tonight.
Hasn't changed much, has it? The last
Just sharpens it up a little bit. He was a barber in college. Picked up some extra cash that way. Still does a little trimming.
Three and one. Would you trust him with anything sharp around your neck?
Absolutely.
Really? I'll advise him next time I talk to him that you're looking for a haircut. And you're willing to be a guinea pig.
No, actually, I've talked to him a little bit as another RBI for Dunn. Unearned run. And now we have a pitching change with Griffey coming up. Mike Matthews will come in. I'll tell you something I've talked to him about after we go to a break eventually.
So Hermanson has done another good outing for him. Mike Matthews will come in and face Junior, and then we get to hear from Al. Lefty Mike Matthews has been brought in, and he takes over after another good outing by Dustin Hermanson.
And Mike came into last night's game and faced Griffey, got a harmless fly ball out to right field. That ended the 7th inning, and then he retired the first 2 men in the 8th before Rivera, the right-handed batter, came up, and Steck Schulte walked him. Then Beers came in, base hit to Walker, and then Klein came in to end the 8th inning with a ground out. No, I mentioned to Dustin Hermanson and some of the ball players, I said, if you get enough money up, I might let Dustin do whatever he wants. He and Mike James to my head.
Is that right?
Does that prove I'm insane? Money go to charity. My wife has just fainted.
Junior in the 6th put Cincinnati on the board. A home run off of Hermanson. So Mohawk skin.
Whatever.
You're up for it.
Maybe if it's enough money for charity.
How much is enough?
It's under $1 billion. It's under Powerball numbers.
Let's set a precedent here so that we can do this monthly.
You don't have it in your pocket. Don't care how many thousands of dollars you got. You just don't know. Got to be serious money. That's an out.
Junior gets under this one, and another good job by Matthews against Ken Griffey Jr. Gets the fly out. Cardinals lead it 10-3. 10-3 Cardinals in the top of the 8th here in Cincinnati, and let's turn to our Pennzoil protection play of the game. For protection under the toughest conditions. A great play here by Renteria back in the 3rd inning, Al.
Yeah, Scott McGwire, the pitcher, was batting and spun Renteria around with a hard hit ball, snares it, and throws him out at first.
Some changes for Cincinnati defensively. Ruben Rivera moves from right to center. Brady Clark came in as a pinch hitter. He stays in the game. He'll play right. Junior's been taken out, and a new pitcher is on the mound. Chris Nichtine. He's established career highs in appearances, innings pitched. He's pitched in over 34 innings, and strikeouts. Sunday afternoon against Milwaukee, had 2 scoreless innings and struck out a career high 4, and that snapped a streak of 5 straight appearances in which he allowed at least 1 run. So he comes in as the 4th pitcher this evening used by Cincinnati. Here's Mike Matthews. He'll stay in the game. Hit for himself here. Got the fly ball off the bat of Griffey. Got him out for the 2nd straight night. That ended the 7th. And here's Mike Matthews, a shot in the deep right field. Clark going back, and that ball is gone. Mike Matthews, a home run. Way to go, Mike. 11-3 St. Louis.
5 home runs on the night for the Redbirds. And Mike Matthews, he's got a good home run trot.
He's taking his time.
His first career home run, and he already had his trot down. He must have been practicing that. Don't smile. Don't smile, Mike. Don't look up. Don't smile. But how about this?
First
jumps
career
on a
run.
fastball upstairs, and he just turned on it. And look at the high fives, the glad hands, and he's still going like, I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed. Steve Klein's going to be all over him.
Pitch is upstairs to Vina.
How fast do you think he got around the bases?
Put it at 27 seconds.
No, I'm going to say it's under 20. 20 seconds is a long time. Now, he milked it pretty good, but 20.
Vina looks at a strike, 2-1.
See, you got to probably remember now, he came out of the batter's box thinking he'd hit it good, but didn't know.
Set the over-under on this trot.
I'm saying under 20.
I'll take the over for sure. Vina, ground ball. 1 out. We'll time it here.
Where's their clock? I don't know if we can trust those guys. I better get on talkback and see if I can bribe them.
I think I won.
I won.
25 seconds.
Yeah, but I don't trust the guys in the truck.
Of course, it's somebody else's fault, Al.
Yeah, well, I take responsibility. I'm just like everybody else today. It's not my fault.
0-2 on Paquette. 5 home runs tonight for St. Louis.
You know, that is one thing about the Reds. They are going to set an all-time record of home runs allowed.
Okie Reese gathered it, throws out Paquette. That'll bring in Drew. 2 outs and nobody on in the 8th.
After a crazy game last night, we can relax, kid, have fun. Still 6 outs to get, but an 11-3 lead.
JD the opposite way. That's pretty well hit. Dunn back near the wall and puts it away. Well, Mike Matthews, his first major league home run. You would have thought he'd done it 500 times. With this trot, 25 seconds around the bases for Mike. Thank you, Mike Matthews. I just won my $1 from Al Raboski for your 25-second trot.
And paid up.
Paid in full. College football Saturdays coming up. Virginia against number 22 Wisconsin. Weekend after weekend, you can catch the college football season on Fox Sports Net. Kerry Robinson takes over in left. Paquette moves from left to third. And Pujols is out of the game. Ground ball, and that's a base hit. Renteria is playing towards the middle.
It's a little interesting, that defensive lineman. I'm sure the chart of where Dimitri's tendencies to hit the ball had him playing up the middle, but that was almost like a regular shortstop.
Yeah. Way up the middle. Looked like that would have been a routine ground ball.
Yeah, that's what I mean, if he had played his normal position, but the charts tell a different story. Or they did.
Dimitri has 2 hits, and here's Sean Casey.
You know, an interesting situation here. How long do you go with Mike Matthews? You have so many left-handed bats in the Reds lineup. You kind of get him through the lefties and then take him out so he's available for the next couple days.
That's a good point.
And do you sit here and say, okay, this is an opportunity to bring in Andy Bennis and give him the opportunity to kind of feel better about himself? If you don't bring him in with an 8-run lead, when can you pitch him?
Matthews is so good at getting lefties out. You think about this lineup with Dunn and Jr. and Sean Casey, Walker. Klein can only go so long in the next couple of days.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You know, it's kind of a dilemma. You don't know what's going to happen, but you'd like to think that you're going to be right in the thick of the games, hopefully with a lead.
I know that one of the concerns heading into tonight's game was how long he could use a Klein or a Dave Veers, and I wouldn't expect to see either one of those two, obviously. You see what lefties have done against Matthews, 139. And that would leave Bennis and Timlin. Of course, Mike Matthews.
You know, you still have Steck Schulte, right? You know,
and Hackman.
And Hackman, but I mean, Steck Schulte faced one guy yesterday, walked him, so chance for him to get back into the swing of things in a positive way.
Two and two the count. A wild pitch. That's the last thing that Matthews wanted to do. These two are friends and teammates from their days in Cleveland.
Ball got away, and you almost think that Matheny, that since he didn't get a glove on it, whether he was set up away or anticipating a ball down and away. Wrap on those gloves a little tighter.
Dimitri's at second with nobody out. Breaking ball fouled away. See Casey always adjusting the gloves. Something that he developed when he was always practicing in the cages and hitting. He gets so hot and sweaty. As he was growing up, he'd always adjust the gloves, and it's just a habit that's carried over to the major leagues.
Kind of stretches that back leg out. Most people do the front one. But he's left-handed.
3-2 pitch. Fouled back again. Pretty good duel between these two. Ruben Rivera is on deck. There he goes again. In the course of a season, you got 500 plus at bats. Probably average 3 or 4 pitches at bat. You're doing that over 2,000 times during the year.
He's a finely conditioned athlete. I think he can handle those reps.
Yeah. Strikeout of Casey. I just get sick of doing it, though.
It's like some guys that have nicknames, and when they write their autograph, they go, "Why did I ever get a nickname?" Breaking ball, and it froze him. Didn't like it, but as we say, one of the nicest guys. So you see, Mr. Umpire, are you sure that it was a breaking ball, but he caught the corner?
Here's Rivera, fouls it off the mask of Matheny. Sean Casey and Steve Klein were going over new wrestling moves before tonight's game.
They're our new tag team champions.
Klein was in his weight class this time last year. Now we've got the slimmed down version.
He told me he lost 40 pounds over the winter wrestling, working out with his buddy who was an assistant on the wrestling coaching staff, and never wrestled before. Just is a big fan of the WWF. He told me, and he's done a pretty good job, but he said, "Don't worry about it. You know, I'll get back to my bad eating habits on the road and stuff like that, and I'll gain it all back." Of course, I think 15 of it is what he's collected on his hats. The debris.
One-two pitch coming to Rivera. Struck him out. 2 strikeouts for Mike Matthews. Now, if I'm Walt Jocketty listening to us talk about how he's going to wrestle in the offseason, I'm calling all my attorneys saying we need to rework this contract and get a provision in there that he is not going to step on a wrestling mat. Period.
Actually, it's one of the greatest conditioning.
Oh, it's great, but I don't want him to get hurt. That's pretty well hit. Deep right center field, off the top of the wall. Almost got out of here. And Walker is 2 for 4. The run will score. And it's 11-4.
Still has only allowed 1 home run to a left-hander, but Walker gave it a scare. Pitch up, out over the plate, and this guy has been getting some really good swings, just missing the yellow line by a fraction of an inch.
Almost got out.
6 hits in the series in the first 2 games for Walker.
Here is LaRue. Walker now with 62 RBIs, ties a career high for him.
And he's already set a career high in home runs and tied the RBI mark.
We're in the 8th, 2 outs. Walker at second, 11-4 Cards.
Luther Hackman is pitching in the bullpen, throwing in the bullpen, so This could be the last batter that Matthews faces.
Two balls and a strike. LaRue is popped out. Reached on an air. Hit into a fielder's choice. .5:30 tomorrow night. Darryl Kyle will make the start.
Just another young pitcher. Lance Davis. Another one of the 8 rookies that have made their major league debut this year for the Reds.
Popped up and out of play. A lot of that has been from their pitching staff, those players making their debuts. McRae, Rietsma, Acevedo, we saw him tonight. Reith, Ashley, and Lance Davis. Three-two pitch. Fouled back. Reds haven't had 9 players make major league debuts prior to September 1st since 1944, with 14 players made their debuts prior to that date. That included left-handed pitcher Joe Nuxall.
Well, but you know, remember right there, that's during the war, World War II, and so you had a lot of players that were going off to serve our country.
3-2 pitch. A shot into left, and Kerry Robinson is back and makes the play. What a play by Kerry. That's the second time he's been on that track in the last 2 nights and made a great play in left. Takes a hit away in deep left field. Robinson showing the leather as well tonight.
Welcome back. As you see, the veteran Darryl Kyle, not talking about the home run trot, but he's talking about how to pitch with a lead, how to do different things. But here's our perfect delivery, or Pizza Hut perfect delivery. The trot and my losing bet, 25 seconds. The over and under was 20, and you win, and I paid off. But
you did do that. Here's Robinson slicing one foul.
Talking about bad segues. How about your slice on a Pizza Hut perfect delivery?
I set you up so well so many times, and you don't even run with it. Don't even run with it, Al.
Mozzarella or
I want some pizza after this game.
I tell you, as soon as I said that, I'd take some Pizza Hut right now too.
Strike to Kerry Robinson, and it's 0-2. Seen Kerry the last couple of nights made some real good defensive plays. Last night he took a home run away from Sean Casey, and here tonight to end the 8th, very good play off the bat of LaRue.
It's been fun to watch him emerge and get playing time and really making the most of it.
That's out of play. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Kerry was in the Cincinnati organization for a while.
And against right-handed pitching, 318. Lefties, 286. A solid year for him.
The 1-2. Robinson fights it off. Little liner, but caught by Pokey Reese. 1 away. That's how we start play here in the 9th. Well, Jim Edmonds has had a nice night.
Cairo is going to pinch hit for Edmonds.
Edmonds will sit after a 3 RBI night, which included a base hit and a 2-run homer.
This time, but Saturday night when he pinch hit a 3-run home run. Tie game. Won that game 6-3 against Philadelphia. That was pretty dramatic.
This is not to take anything away from Stubby Clapp, but what a difference having a guy like Cairo is coming off the bench. A little pop out of his bat. Very good defensive player.
Yeah, and more versatile, more experience. Cardinals have had interest in him for a while.
2 balls and a strike.
A couple of years ago, Cardinals actually tried to trade for him.
Two and two. The way the rest of the series looks as far as the pitching matchups are concerned, Kyle tomorrow night. And Darrell will make his team leading 27th start. And 3rd of the year against the Reds. He's 1-1 and his ERA is 1.26 against Cincinnati.
There's a possibility of him maybe coming on 3 days rest, coming back and pitching in the Chicago series. Morris obviously will pitch in that.
Cairo shoots this one the opposite way, and that's a base hit. Thought about taking 2. It's bobbled in the outfield, but he'll stop it first. That'll bring in McGwire. Marcus homered here tonight.
Did pinch hit since the home run, so he has been successful 3 of his last 4 pinch hit appearances now. Miguel Cairo.
Big Mac sent one deep back in the 3rd, part of a 6-run inning for Cardinals. That's a double play ball, but botched. Everybody's going to be safe.
I'm not sure. That might have gotten leg, knee, shin, or something of Pokey Reese. I'm not sure if he got the glove on that ball. See, now look at it. It was hit very hard. Yeah, got him on the shin. That's got to hurt. And Cairo really hustling on the ball. It would have been a double play if he catches it. You know, it deflects off his leg almost to the second base bag. But Cairo running hard. He's safe.
Here's Renteria. 1 for 4 with a single tonight. That came in his last at bat back in the 7th. We're in the 9th. 11-4. It's 1st and 2nd. Just 1 out. Cairo at 2nd. McGwire at 1st. That's popped up into shallow right field. Walker called off by Clark. There's 2 outs. So Kyle will make the start tomorrow night against Lance Davis. And then Bud Smith against Elmer Descends. That's a final now. Astros over the Phillies. 8-2. Pedro Estacio. Now 8-14.
A lot of the unselfishness of the veterans on this club. Now they all know that they have learned from others and want to pass on those gifts.
Kerry Wood is out till September, it looks like now.
At least September. Cubs try and put the best spin on that, but you just can't run the risk of further injury to Kerry.
Looks like they're going to sign their top draft choice.
And they're thrilled to death to get him. Then signing them's another story. But for what, 10.5?
Right. Matheny trying to add to this big lead. 2-1.
Here we are paying off bets and dollars, and we can just throw around 10.5.
Who's the pitcher back in '96 with Tampa Bay? Out of
White.
high school, yeah, White.
At $10.5 million. Always said that kind of takes the hunger away from a pitcher. Finds out how difficult it is. So, you know, I got $10 million in the bank. I blew $500,000.
Right.
Maybe it's a little tougher than I thought to get to the big leagues.
Where's he at now?
Still in the minor leagues. He was a high schooler out of Pennsylvania.
Little chopper. Pokey Reese backs up, takes it himself. We'll move to the bottom of the ninth. Cardinals trying to even up the series. They have a commanding lead. Cardinals baseball on Fox Sports Net was brought to you by Budweiser. With the crisp, clean, refreshing taste you'll find in no other beer, this Bud's for you. Luther Hackman, the new pitcher for St. Louis, and now this guy's been brought into some tough spots. Sometimes we forget he's only 26 years old, coming back off of arm surgery, and he's done a real good job for the Cardinals in the second half.
Really has, and he has found a home here in St. Louis. Oh, actually, he lives in Memphis, but part of that Darryl Kyles Beers trade came over from Colorado. How good does that deal look now? And appearing for the 20th time, the ERA 4.15. 21 and 2/3 innings, 16 hits allowed, 3 home runs, 6 walks, 11 strikeouts, but he is gaining more and more confidence in himself and his teammates in him.
Let's take a look at our Budweiser play of the game. It's back to Mike Matthews. First career home run. A towering shot and the 11th run for St. Louis, and that's our Budweiser play of the game, and a 25-second trot from Mike Matthews, and $1 in my pocket courtesy of Al.
I think you're trying to get $1 each time we show that. With 5 home runs hit tonight, our play of the game is Matthews, the 5th one. Scored 11 runs. We said we were going to come out swinging and forget about the tough loss of 24 hours ago.
This is Brady Clark, pinch hit earlier tonight. Back in the 7th and fly to right. Comes a 2-0 pitch from Hackman. 3-0. Again, we want to remind you the Midwest Sports Report coming up immediately after the final out here in Cincinnati. We'll recap the game. Kevin Slayton sounds off. Plenty of good stuff coming your way. There's a strike, 3-1. Pitch before looked better.
Luther faced 2 batters last night, retired both of them. Thought the bullpen was going to have a pretty efficient game, but it wasn't to be. It wasn't Luther's fault.
Clark shoots this one into deep left. There's a home run. That's how we start the bottom of the 9th. Home run number 6 for Brady Clark, and it's 11-5.
We've hit 5, they've hit 3.
Here comes the top of the order. Pokey Reese. Now 11-5.
Get it far enough in, but fell behind the count. 3-0. You got to challenge people. Sometimes the challenger responds.
Pokey Reese has had a 3-hit night, pair of doubles and a single. Scored twice. Strike from Luther. New York beats Colorado 5-2. Pittsburgh over Arizona 4-2. Houston beat Philadelphia 8-2. The Cubs lost 3-1 to Milwaukee. There's out number 1. LA over Florida 5-4. Midwest Sports Report again coming your way after the final out here in Cincinnati with Rob King and Rob Nicoleski. Working Rams camp as that winds down towards the regular season. Little League memories and our Fox Focus, and Kevin Slayton sounds off on last night's contest between these two teams. Here's Adam Dunn, the rookie. There's a high drive. Robinson back. Gone. Second home run in the inning off of Luther Hackman. 11-6.
Tell Mark Schatz he's not running the show here. They would have ran out of fireworks after the second one. Now their fastball challenging these guys, and this guy's got phenomenal power. He's going to be a good one.
So Dunn, the home run, his 9th. Remember, Ken Griffey Jr. was taken out of this game, and here's Castro. Day late on that swing. Oh, 0-2.
Dustin Hermanson about to pick up his 12th victory.
One-two pitch coming to Castro. Two close pitches called balls. 2-2. Dimitri Young is on deck. The 2-2 pitch.
And you always laugh at times when people say, well, you got a big lead, just challenge people. And then they get mad at you when you give up home runs. You know, it's not the approach. Whatever the score is, you think it's a one-run game and you pitch.
Two from Hackman. Struck him out. Caught him looking. The Cardinals and out away. A victory here in Cincinnati. Good pitch here by Luther, a fastball, and Castro caught looking.
A good fastball down and away. Will Dimitri Young be the last batter of this game?
Win here means you're tied with Chicago and 3 back of Houston. Dimitri Young fouls it away. The next to Young, swing and a miss. Hackman and the Cardinals a strike away. Ground ball right side. Vigna dives, and on an 0-2 pitch, Dimitri Young reaches, and the game is extended to Casey. Great effort there by Vigna. Couldn't come up with the play. Young reaches, and the game continues as Casey will step to the plate. Always the all-out effort from Vigna. Here's Casey hitting .323. Struck out last time up against Mike Matthews, looking, argued a bit with the umpire, and then turned away and headed back to the dugout. Casey tonight, he's 0 for 4. How many times has he put up an over? Ground ball. Vigne's there. The Cardinals take game 2 of this 4-game set. Win number 69 for St. Louis. 3 hours and 3 minutes. The Cardinals win it by the score of 11-6. A 14-hit attack. Home run after home run. That's how it started out. The Cardinals hold on and get the victories. 69-56 are the Redbirds. 11-6 our final here tonight. Cardinals and Reds at 5:30 tomorrow night. For Albert Bosky, I'm Dan McLaughlin. Thanks for being with us. Midwest Sports Report comes your way now.